Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King 3. And today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Naruto Was the Perfect Experiment. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, I posted a brand new series over on Anime King of What If Naruto Was a Badass with godlike abilities, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy guys. And remember to stay tuned for a brand new episode coming over on Making 2. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. Yes, I have 3 channels guys, Anime King, Anime King 2, and Anime King 3, which I post what fun every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support, and yeah, without further ado, what do you say we begin this new episode? Start the intro. So, the last spot we left off. As Naruto was taken from the village when he was 2 years old, Hiruzen was rather pissed as Jiraiya came to inform him that he would be searching to find the kid and he would return until he did. As Hiruzen marched down to where Danzo was, he knew that Orochimaru and Danzo were friends, as he was the one that backed him for becoming 4th Hokage when Hiruzen had picked Minato. As he warned him if he had anything to do with this, he would not be spared. As Danzo faked ignorance about it all, as Hiruzen left. Years passed, as Danzo was currently secretly meeting with Orochimaru. They have not found Naruto. As Naruto was still lost to Orochimaru, Danzo knew exactly where he was though, as he was the one that allowed Naruto to be taken. He was the one that set everything up after all. With Naruto out of the village, Orochimaru could train him into a weapon. The weapon that Danzo wanted, only thing that Orochimaru wanted was funding for his operation, and not to mention bloodlines. But things were getting rather sketchy given the fact that the Uchihas are wiped out, as it seems like Orochimaru no longer want to hand over Naruto, as he stopped contacting Danzo. But Danzo roots were able to find Orochimaru's location and where Naruto was. Danzo made a risky move, as he decided to inform Jiraiya Optive about that. As Jiraiya Optive informed him, and they quickly went there. The mountain regions of Kumo. The blonde boy was woken up by several sound ninjas as they told him that he had to get out of here, as Naruto was the only one in this base at the moment, for reasons unknown to any of them. As he heard that Konoha ninjas were coming, he smirked while hearing that as he stabbed his hand through the chest of the sound shinobi and massacred the others before burning their bodies. He then went inside and fell asleep. As he saw the door was ripped off, as he opened his eyes he saw Jiraiya on him. Naruto was brought to Konoha, and his attitude was, well, not what any of them expected. Frankly, he said what was on his mind, and he didn't hold back on his words. As Hiruzen had just the boy by not restraining him, as Naruto really appreciated that, as he told Hiruzen that he would not go against him after all. He did him that much by not restraining him despite him being an unknown person at the moment in their village. As Naruto was brought to the IT department, as Inoichi and Baki spoke to him, they could find no trace of him lying, but when his blood sample came back, they found out that he had many different DNAs in his body that were mixing perfectly, as Naruto told him that he was the perfect experiment, and his options regarding Orochimaru were rather neutral. Hiruzen did not ask him the questions that they needed right now, as he just wanted to make sure that Naruto was okay, as he took him to go and get something to eat, as Naruto flirted with Ayame, even in front of her father. It got her blushing and caught her off guard. He was then taken as they went towards the council room, as Naruto showed that he did not give a damn about any of them. When he spoke to the elders, he also kind of felt upset at Hiruzen for acting so soft. After all, he was the Hokage, as Naruto decided to reveal a secret to them that most of them didn't know. Well, he had a right to say what he wanted because he was the son of the man that gave his life for this village, Minato Namikaze. The room was left speechless. Kohara and Homura, they did not know this. Donzo knew and Hiruzen knew. After all, everyone else was left out of the loop. Hiruzen had made it that way because of Minato enemies. Jiraiya and Kakashi were the only others that knew. No one else. Everyone was taken aback. So yeah guys, so basically that's what I thought. You guys can switch across the please check it out for yourself. So this will begin this new episode. The whole room was silent, following that declaration that Minato Namikaze, their fourth Hokage, the man that risked his life to save all of them by sealing a demon in a baby, which turns out to be his baby. This boy was his son. They were all speechless. That secret had been well kept because of Minato being a rather powerful man who made a lot of enemies, and he didn't want any harm to come to Kushina. So, the relationship was basically private. No one even knew that they got married. There was only 3 people there that witnessed it, and that was Kakashi, Jiraiya, and Hiruzen. No one else. So it was rather easy to keep the secret that both Minato and Kushina, the red hot habanero of Konoha, were an item. And they had a baby. Everyone thought that he was just an orphan that was taken on that night and had the fox eaten inside of him. But they were wrong. Dead wrong. As for the boy himself, he had a rather amused look on his face. Koharu was looking at him intensely. Before her face scowled. "He's lying," she said, snapping everyone from their small little trance. "Do not believe him. Hokage-sama, please tell them that he's..." She froze. She has known Hiruzen for a long time. And the look on his face, it was true. As everyone was left speechless when she went quiet. Seems like I'm not Sagi. She did not even react to that name as she looked at this man. Many of them respected Minato, most of the shinobi side, and they were all left speechless as well. Through the meeting though, they weren't talking because it was just the civilians who were bothered by Naruto returning just because he had a beast inside of him, as they were afraid that it might be brought forward and destroy their village once again. Although Hiruzen had tried to tell them that the Hokage, the fourth Hokage, was quite prominent in his sealing art, and now they had a clear indication that he was. Here was his son standing in front of them. As Naruto smiled, looking at all of them, seeing the shocked expression in their faces. "Well, I guess I left the room silent," he said, as he looked around. "So what now? Are you all gonna bow and kiss my feet?" he asked, as he held up his foot and wagged it in front of their faces. This changed a lot of things, after all. Minato was a very popular man. There was many in the Fire Country and the Fire Nation that respected Minato. To hear that he had a legacy as son, many people would want to meet him, especially the Fire Daimyo. After all, he was a good friend of Minato's. And yet these people were here, discriminating the boy, and looking at him like a monster, a demon. Now to find out that he was a son of their former Hokage, who risked his life for them. As Naruto yawned, "Alright now, this is getting boring," he said. "Come on, I need some reaction other than shock." "Hokage-sama," one of the civilian members asked, "is this true?" The man had to confirm for himself. After all, he was the one that was so vocal about Naruto when Naruto just arrived. Hiruzen, the truth was already out and he knew that. Somehow Naruto was able to find out, so there was no point in hiding it. "Yes," Hiruzen said. Once again they gasped. So it was true. "So that makes me like better than all of you," said Naruto. "Well, I was in the beginning, but now you all know it." "And yet you call me a monster, cursing my very existence and my name, just because I was brought back home after being taken for years under that sadistic, sneak bastard. But you ostracized me the moment I returned." "What cruel, cruel world," said Naruto. "I wonder what my father must be thinking right now. How could you do his son like that? Shame. Shame on you all," said Naruto. Many of them started filled with regrets and doubting themselves. "So what now?" said Naruto. One of the members on the civilian side spoke up. "Well, Mr. Namikaze," Naruto paused and raised his hand. "Excuse me?" As she looked at him confused. "I was merely addressing you," she said. "Oh, so now you want to call me Mr. Namikaze? What a turnaround." You won't know what you can do to make me feel better and forgive all that has said about me since I just returned. All the hateful words and all those glares. What is that? She asks. Oh, it's quite easy. You can come right here. Get on your knees. Open your mouth. And lick my Naruto, Hiruzen said, stopping him. As Naruto turned a pout on his face. As Tatsumi could barely hold back her chuckles as she held her mouth. This kid was surely amusing. Well then, Hiruzen said, clearing his throat. Now that has been revealed, can we get to the issue of why this meeting was called about Naruto returning back home? Strangely enough, no one questioned the Hokage once he told them that Naruto was indeed Minato's son. After all, he was a Hokage. Why would he lie to them about something like this? But still, even though they might have their doubts, as they start to notice Naruto and his features, his eyes is here. Well, the man that was cursed at Naruto suddenly spoke up. We were just wanting to know about the outcome of him returning back to the village. After all, oh, I understand, said Naruto. You're wondering if I'm gonna lose it and go all berserk and demonic, roar with my fangs and claws and my fluffy orange fur. As Naruto heard a growl in his head. Well, the groan crack. The room trembled. Jiraiya burst open the door as an envoys all flickered around Naruto. As a cloak emerged around him, two tails swinging in the air. Hiruzen got to his feet and so did everyone else. Now, said Naruto, his voice sounding demonic. It's time for me to have my revenge on Konoha. First thing first, to go after your puppies, and then your babies, and then all of your virgin daughters. They will be mine! He then burst out laughing. I'm sorry, he said. I'm just messing with you. Hiruzen blinked. Naruto. Yeah, old man, said Naruto. As Hiruzen looked at Naruto as he stepped forward the envoys, making their way so Hiruzen could step closer to the boy. You're in control, he said. Well, 9 years of excessive training since I was 2 years old, and not to mention vigorous experiments. If I weren't able to control at least some of the Fox power, I would sure be a wimp. So yeah, I'm in control, said Naruto. So there you have it, people of Konoha. Now that I'm back, I could be a great asset to your village. I mean, I do possess the strongest tail beast alive. Compared to the 9 tails, the 8 tails, the 7, 6 and 5 are nothing, and the rest are just plain pathetic. So, how can you, be angry at me? Yes, I understand that the 9 tails killed some of your people in the past, but still, I'm here, and I'm his jailer. And to let you know something, we're kind of friends, even though he don't want to admit it. Yes, he has a personality and all that. And I'm in full control, as you can see. After all, if I weren't, all of you in here would have been, well, dead, said Naruto. So yeah, that's pretty much sums it up. I'm here. And, well, if you don't like it, as I was gonna say earlier, miss, you can all bend down and lick my Naruto, Hiruzen said. Man, come on, said Naruto. This is the second time. Enough of that, Hiruzen said. The cloak around Naruto vanished as his stomach grumbled. Doing that always made me hungry, he said. Guess it burns up most of the food. What do you say we go eat some more ramen and talk to that pretty waitress, said Naruto. Is there anything else you would like to discuss, Hiruzen asked, looking towards all of the members there. But none of them had anything to say. All of his points were valuable. As Hiruzen took Naruto along with Jiraiya, who walked out as well. Once he was gone, the civilian council left the room, leaving the shinobi council inside. Danzo had left in the crowd, leaving only Koharu and Homura. Well, that was certainly something, said Shikaku as he yawned. We didn't even get a word in, said Tatsumi. But that kid, he's surely something. Funny as hell, and not to mention, now that I look at his appearance, he's a dead ringer for the fourth Hokage. I wonder how didn't I see that, she said. Well, guess I wouldn't think it. But still, he has that power under his control. He's right. Through and through, he's a great asset to Konoha. But his personality is quite shrewd, said Koharu, now that he was gone, as he won't call her Sagi anymore. She was happy for that. Still, This village needs him. Without a tail beast, the other villages might think that Konoha has weakened over the years. We have managed to keep the secret about us, not having the 9 tails on the down low. But now that he's back, we have nothing to worry about. Still, son of Minato, huh? Well, this is certainly gonna change a lot, said Tasumi, as Shikaku yawned as he got to his feet. Time skip. A week later. A lot happened in the following week. For one thing, Hiruzen wasn't so sure who Naruto had told about him being the son of Minato, so the secret was already out. And for another, Hiruzen was quite impressed to see how much of 9 tails power Naruto could control. The reason why Naruto wasn't going to be told about his father until he was older was because his father had many enemies that would come after him. But Hiruzen was quite surprised to see how strong the boy was. Although he never got to officially test him, there was a lot that he had to do in the following week, as information from Naruto was rather easy to get. He did not force them to do anything that would cause him pain. He gave them everything they wanted. Inoichi was able to find out, along with the Hyuga, that he was not lying one bit. He told them that he never settled down in a base for too long. Every few months they always move all around, so he never knew where Orochimaru really was. But he gave them location of the bases, but they were all empty. Not to mention his DNA. The lab was working on finding all of the different splices in his bloodline. There was many of them. Many twisted different DNAs that he has never seen before. And it would take a long while, 2 or 3 weeks. So the past week has been nothing but questioning. And Naruto eating. Because if there was one thing he loved to do, that was to eat. Hiruzen had brought him to a house. That was the house that Minato and Kushina. That was where they lived. It was a normal house. 3 bedrooms. A good size. It was near the upper district of Konoha. It has been locked for quite some time. Hiruzen hadn't allowed anyone to touch it or do anything to it. He had sealed it off completely. There was many things inside that belongs to Minato, such as jutsu scrolls, how to test your abilities, many things that many shinobis would kill for. Some of Minato Fuinjutsu formulas. Strangely enough, Hiruzen trusts Naruto. He might be quirky and talk what he wants to say on his mind, but there was something about him that made Hiruzen trust him for some reason. And the same goes for Naruto. He appreciates Hiruzen. That is why he told him he promised he would not destroy the Hidden Leaf Village. Hiruzen was a bit taken back by the question. After all, no one just doesn't say that out of the blue. But Naruto promised him because he was nice to him, so he would be nice to him. And he told him that a promise from him was never something to be broken. And Hiruzen had faith in that. That is why he gave Naruto everything that his father had in his house. All of the scrolls, everything inside. After all, they belonged to him. Not to mention his mother blade was in there, and several different jutsu scrolls and kinjutsu scrolls. Hiruzen was waiting on a lab to find out all the different bloodline splices that Naruto had in his body. Firstly, you want to see all of them that Naruto has at his disposal before bringing him out for a proper test. And despite Naruto being, well, 5'4" already, that was rather tall, despite him have long flowing blonde hair, and despite his face looking like he's been through a lot, because he wasn't a baby fat, just muscle. Not to mention he had a well-toned six-pack. His body was bigger than all the children in the academy. He was still 11 years old. And this is where they had a problem. "You're kidding, right?" said Naruto, as he stood in front of Hiruzen. "I'm afraid I'm not," Hiruzen said. Let me just, get this correct. You want me, a powerhouse that has so many different bloodlines who you haven't yet asked a test because you wait to see what the lab tell you? Because I say I don't know all of them. I appreciate the trust. I mean, it's amazing because, we just recently met," said Naruto. "And that is why I fully trust you as well, but I gotta cut it somewhere. The academy? That's bullshit," said Naruto. Hiruzen sighed. "I understand that you were growing up in a strange mannerism, but I need you to show me some respect, Naruto," he said. "I am still the Hokage of this village." "Well, I'm not really a ninja," said Naruto. "And I'm not really a civilian either, so I guess I'm not exactly your subordinate. But I'll give you your respect," said Naruto, "because I do respect you. But the academy? Really? Why do you want to waste my time?" Jiraiya entered the office through the window. "You're hearing this crap," said Naruto, as Hiruzen sighed, as Jiraiya looked towards the boy. Jiraiya did not know what to make of it. The boy knew that he was his godfather, he had asked him, and yet there was nothing. He was just calm about it. Frankly, he didn't seem like he cared. He was rather strange. "Is planned to send you to the academy," said Jiraiya. "Well, there are some cute girls there around your age." As Naruto paused. "Seriously?" "Yes," said Jiraiya. "And they're right around your age, so you're gonna fit in quite well. And I mean, as you said, you are strong, so you'll be the top G of the class. So why don't you go? I mean, you don't want to be a shinobi, right?" "Well, I don't have anything better to do," said Naruto. "So yeah, I'll take you up on that, old man." "Here," said Hiruzen, as he gave Naruto the paper. As Naruto looked it over. "Alright, well, I guess I'll see how the first day goes." And Naruto, Hiruzen said, stopping him, "Do not use any excessive force." "Like what exactly?" "Do not hurt anyone," Hiruzen said. "And don't use the power of the fox at all." "Alright, fine," said Naruto. You know what? This is gonna be fun. As he made his way off. Seems like you knew how to talk to him. It's rather easy for you to get him to agree. Well, he's a lot like me. Yeah, he's a shameless pervert, Hiruzen said. Jiraiya eye twitch. "You're wrong, Sensei. You and I both know." As his voice became serious. "I am a super pervert." Hiruzen sighed as he shook his head. "Still, you didn't test him." "No. I want Naruto to trust us. His personality is quite strange, but he's a nice kid, and I want him to trust me. I know that Orochimaru must have left an imprint on him. He's been with him for the past 9 years. Even though he said that he hates Orochimaru, I don't think that he completely hates him." "Yeah," said Jiraiya, "I've noticed it as well. It's almost like he's neutral towards him." "Yeah, and I don't want that," Hiruzen said. "His mind is still young, it can be corrupted. So you're giving him the benefit of a doubt, and waiting?" "Exactly. And like he said, he trusts me. And the things I've told him not to do so far, he has not. So I believe that he won't use any excessive use at the academy to do anything rather stupid. But just in case, my envoys have been watching him, and for the past week he has done nothing but hit on girls, and eat, and sleep. He's a lot like you in that way." As Jiraiya smiled despite everything, he was happy. "Well then, seems I'm gonna have to take him under my wing. Once I check out all these locations and see if I find a trace of that snake." As Sir Toby gave him a nod. "Be careful," he said, as he knew how slippery Orochimaru was. "See if you can find any of the sound ninjas that know anything about Naruto. And remember, don't go and start something by going directly in the land of stone. I still don't know what the hell is going on there. I had an elite Hyuga ask Naruto the questions and see if he was lying. He said that he was at the hidden sound, but they moved after 3 months. He said that he was very young back then, and he doesn't remember exactly what the base was. So if you go barging in there, not to mention we're not allied with them, things can turn bad really quickly if they find you. I know you'll be able to fight yourself out, but I'm worried about the political backlash. Konoha doesn't need to be in a war right now, even though it won't be with a great nation." Jiraiya nodded as he understood. "What if Orochimaru is behind the line of sound?" he said. Hiruzen thought about that prospect. He is a crafty one. He couldn't get what he wanted in Konoha. Chances are he ended up taking over a whole entire village. After all, recently they changed their name from Land of Rice to Land of Sound. And now their shinobis are getting more inventive by moving out and multiplying their forces. Not to mention they were the ones guarding Naruto before you found him. So it could be. "See what you can get," said Hiruzen, as Jiraiya gave him a nod, as he made his way. Meanwhile, Naruto was walking through the street of Konoha. People were looking towards him, as everyone's eyes were on him. It didn't take long for the news to spread about him being Minato's son. It was in the village for the moment, so it wasn't spread all across the elemental nation. His hands in his pocket, as his long blonde hair blew in the wind. The next moment, someone appeared beside him. "What's up, Jiraiya?" said Naruto, as he was looking for his hands in his pockets. Just want to say I'm leaving the village for a while, Jiraiya said. Hmm? To where? Said Naruto. To get some information, Jiraiya said. Oh, you're gonna hunt down Orochimaru. You better be careful. He's a rather slippery one, said Naruto. And now that I'm gone from his clutches, he is gonna try and get me back. You don't have to worry about that, said Jiraiya. I'll make sure that he don't. Would you be able to kill him, said Naruto. If it means protecting Konoha and you, I will do the right thing, said Jiraiya. You know, he's always talking about you being soft. I mean, why don't you show him that you're not, and wipe him from the face of this world? But don't get too cocky. He has gotten strong over the past years. Well, his perfect experiment is gone, so his power is lessened. I hate that you refer to yourself as that, said Jiraiya. You're not just someone's tool. Oh, you've mistaken, said Naruto. I don't hate it. I mean, I'm pretty awesome. I mean, look at me. I'm handsome. Older women see me as cute, which I can use to get in your pants, said Naruto. You won't believe how much time this face of mine get me into situations that I just adore. Jiraiya blinked. You mean to tell me, but you're only 11? Well, you see where I grew up, age didn't really matter around there. And I was the top dog. The alpha. After all, I am the perfect one, said Naruto. Nothing but arrogance in his tone. And not to mention when you're right under Orochimaru. Everyone looks at you with a hint of fear and respect. And you can do whatever the hell you want. But here, everyone is just so like they're stuck up in all that. I mean, I haven't seen any women around here. No brothel houses. You're a pervert, said Naruto. Where are they, said Naruto. I'm afraid Konoha is not so popular with the brothels, said Jiraiya. But, as he looked towards Naruto. Come on, Godfather, said Naruto. I mean, we've been separated most of my life. At least you could do me this favor for me to think of you as a godfather I never had. Jiraiya knew that he was using him. Well, there is the red light district. Thanks for the name, said Naruto. Don't worry, I'll find it. As Jiraiya went quiet for a moment. You're wondering why I'm so nonchalant with everything, right? Asked Naruto. As Jiraiya nodded, it was that Brat was reading his mind. Well, over the years I've learned not to really care about certain things. Well, and certain people. I don't mean you, said Naruto. I mean, you didn't know me, and you spent almost 9 years looking for me, so I have to say, I respect that, said Naruto. But certain things are just a waste of time. So yeah, I just brushed certain things off. Even though we just met each other recently. You're still my godfather, I mean my father. They'd declare you that before his death. So why don't you go and find that snake freak and kick his ass? And remember to tell him that I was the one that sent you. As Jiraiya chuckled at that. Will do, he said. I'll be back in a couple of months. Don't do anything out of the way, said Naruto. Don't worry. I won't do anything you won't do. Well, that's not really a good thing, said Jiraiya. Well, I have to follow in footsteps of my godfather, said Naruto. I mean, as Naruto reached into his shirt and pulled out a book. You were the one that wrote this. Jiraiya blinked. You read my book? Of course I do. It helped me in certain situation. It was a book that kind of teach me about certain parts of the female body. In a way, you kind of teach me a lot, said Naruto. Good on you, he said that smile. As he placed it back in his shirt. Jiraiya was brimming with pride as he patted Naruto in the head. You don't know how happy that makes me, he said. When I get back, we'll catch up, he said. Will do, said Naruto, as Jiraiya flashed away. As Naruto continued to walk, without a care in the world, the smile etched on his face, his blonde hair blowing in the wind. He narrowed his eyes to the side as he felt the Yonfu's watching him. Well, can't be too trustworthy. Good on you, old man, said Naruto, finally, acting as a Hokage. He then flashed away. The Yonfu's blinked. Where the hell did he go? Meanwhile, at the academy, class was just starting. Alright, quiet down everyone, Aruka said. But the children were still talking, so he activated his famous big-headed jutsu. Alright everyone, be quiet, he shouted, as everyone quieted down. Okay, so the last time there was a knock on the door. Aruka paused. As he turned towards the door as he made his way. As he kicked it open, hello? as he saw there was a boy standing there, roughly about 14 or 15 years old. "How may I help you?" Aruka said. "I'm your new addition to the class," said Naruto, as he handed the man the slip that Sarutobi gave him. As Aruka took the note and looked it over, he blinked as he looked towards Naruto. How old are you?" he said. 11 years old, said Naruto. Aruka was taken aback. "You're 11? "Yeah, I grew pretty fast," said Naruto. Aruka was surprised. Naruto was almost as tall as him, and he was 11. He dwarfed the other kids in the class. "Okay," Aruka said. He froze at the name. "Naruto Uzumaki." "Yep, that's me." The rumors have been going around slowly around the village about the son of the Hokage returning, Naruto Uzumaki, and on the Jonin sides were the whispers of him containing the Kyuubi. Aruka knew that this boy contained the very beast that killed his parents, but he kept himself neutral and calm. "Alright then, Naruto pushed past him. "Hello everyone," he shouted to the class, caught in all of their attentions. Everyone turned towards him, as they wondered who he was. "My name is Naruto Uzumaki. You might have heard of me. I'm sure the rumors are going around, and yes, I am the son of the famous fourth Hokage." Everyone gasped at hearing that. Hiruzen had not said anything about him keeping it to himself. As the way Naruto talked, he was sure that he'd tell a lot of people. Naruto had told him that he went on missions for Orochimaru. Hiruzen had the decency of not asking Naruto what he had done on those missions, as he told him that it wasn't anything good. But Hiruzen told him that was the past, and that will not be tolerated here. Many kids in the room started to talk, as they had been hearing the talks about the son. The lost son of the fourth Hokage returning back to Konoha. "Yes, that is right. I was taken, but now I'm found," said Naruto. "And now I'm here, to take all of you girls." Aruka paused at that statement. "What?" "Yes, you heard me," said Naruto. "You guys can all suck it, because all of your girls are now mine. I mean, you're just stupid kids. But even though I'm rather taller than most of you, I'm still 11 years old. And on the market, ladies. So come and take me," he said as he spread his arms. "Is this guy serious?" A boy with a puppy on his head said. "Of course I'm serious," said Naruto. "You think of me as a joker?" "Yes," Kiba said. "I mean with that stupid introduction." "What's your name?" said Naruto. "Name's Kiba. Kiba Inazaka of the Inazaka clan." "Oh, you know, I learned a lot of things. And I know about you. Well, your clan, not you, exactly, because you're not really important. You're just a dumb, stupid kid." "What did you just say?" said Kiba. "You heard me." "Hey, you wanna know what's my least favorite food?" "Huh?" Kiba said, confused. "Fried puppies," said Naruto. "But I'll still give it a try every now and then," as he licked his lips. Kiba backed away. What are you talking about?" as he pulled Akamaru from his head, who started to whimper. "Give me the puppies," said Naruto, as he started to step forward, but Aruka grabbed his shoulder. "That's enough. I'm just kidding," said Naruto. "See, I can be funny when I want to be." "Yeah, funny," said Kiba, clutching onto Akamaru. As Naruto then blinked, he disappeared out of Aruka's grip as he appeared beside Ino. "And hello there," he said. "Hey, you know that they say blondes are perfect together. I mean, look at this beautiful, stunning blonde hair." "And yours," said Naruto. "What do you say He was yanked by the back of his collar as Aruka pulled him down. "Look here, Naruto," he said. "I will not tolerate this kind of behavior in my class." Are you screwing with me?" said Naruto. "You're the second person in this village to block me. What's wrong with you people?" As Naruto sighed, "Fine. Guess I'll sit down and be a part of your class." As he walked off, he arrived towards a seat where someone was sitting. "Move," said Naruto. The boy looked up at him. "What?" "You heard me. Move." As Naruto growled, the boy got scared and moved away. As Naruto sat down, right beside Sasuke Uchiha in the class. On his other side was a pink-haired girl with a rather large forehead. She was angry. Who was this guy, and who the hell did you think he was to just sit beside Sasuke like that? Ino was surprised because she was supposed to be sitting there, but yet this guy. There was just something about him. "Hey there, Uchiha," said Naruto. You have all the symbols, so I'm judging that you're the last Uchiha of Konoha, right? What do you want? Sasuke said. You have a rather dumb face, said Naruto. And it seems like you're going to be the one to act all arrogant. The one that the girls are swooping over. But you look rather stupid. And not to mention your hair. Look like a duck butt. It's rather funny. Sasuke glared at him. Yeah, I'm just sitting here to piss you off, said Naruto. Hey now, said Sakura. Don't you go and talk to Sasuke like that. Naruto blinked as he turned his head. Wow. You have a rather large forehead, he said. That was always a sensitive topic for her. Oh, I don't mean this as an insult, said Naruto. Iruka was busy looking over the form that Hiruzen sent over about Naruto's strange behavior, as Naruto crawled on top of the desk in front of Sakura, as he kneeled down and looked into her eyes. It's rather gorgeous. As he pushed her hair out of her face, as he lay, a gentle kiss on it. She was frozen. Was this really happening? Everyone in the class turned their head. Don't let anyone tell you anything, said Naruto. The bigger the better, he said with a smile. Naruto, get down from there, Iruka said. Fine, fine, said Naruto, as he sat back in his seat. Hey Uchiha, no hard feelings, huh? Sasuke simply grunted, as he turned away from Naruto. Huh, guess he doesn't like me that much. He then turned his head towards where Ino was, as he blew a kiss towards her. As she turned her head, she didn't know why she was getting all flustered. This guy was just too much. As I was saying, today's outdoor activities. Sasuke smirked at that. After all, he was number one when it comes to this, in everyone in the class. And he wouldn't mind fighting this asshole beside him to beat the crap out of him for trying to humiliate him like that. Time skip. A few minutes later, this new guy is a real jerk, huh? Said Kiba, as he was currently walking with the other boys. Sasuke was not paying him any attention, even though he was just walking by himself, as he seemed to be mixed in the group as well. The girls were talking as he kept on glancing towards Naruto, who was talking towards one girl that wasn't a part of their little social gathering. And that girl was currently red like a tomato. Hinata didn't know what was going on, as she looked towards her hand that was currently being held by this boy. She was so red she might just burst. He just started to walk beside her and held her hand. Why are you holding my hand, she said, stammering the entire time. She didn't know what else to say because he wasn't talking. Oh, so you can talk, said Naruto. You were looking so shy, so I decided to just pay you all to visit. And I mean, what's the better pleasure in life than to be walking with the most beautiful girl in the academy and holding her hand, as Naruto leaned towards her ear. Because don't let them tell you anything else. You're the most stunning girl in the academy. I mean, look at you. You're beautiful. Violet eyes. That stunning figure of yours. And I mean, you're my age. I've seen some grown women who are as flat as a board, said Naruto. I mean, I can't wait to see you in a couple of years. That body of yours would be downright amazing. He had to catch her as she fell in his arms, unconscious. Huh. As he picked her up and carried her bridal style. By the time he arrived at the field, Aruka marched up to him. What are you doing? She fell unconscious in my arm. Am I supposed to just leave her back there? What kind of teacher are you, man? Said Naruto. No, why did she fall unconscious? Well, I was just talking to her. Give her to me, Aruka said, as Naruto backed away. I mean, you're like a couple years older than her. You know you can't go to prison for that, right? Aruka took a second to realize what he was seeing. The man turned beet red with anger as Naruto slowly let Hinata down on the ground. As he leaned her up against one of the training posts. She will be just fine here, said Naruto. I don't trust you around her. You don't trust me around her? You just arrived in the academy. You don't really know anyone here. Yeah, that's right. Guess I'm gonna have to change that, said Naruto, as he walked away, leaving behind a fuming Aruka, who left Hinata to check if she was okay. As Naruto walked over to the group of boys, ignoring Sasuke. So, who wants to be my friend, he said. None of them answered. Guess I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. What do you mean by that, said Kiba. Well, I had promised the old man that I wouldn't use any excessive force. I mean, I was gonna beat you guys till you were Nothing but a blood stain on the ground until you accept me as your leader, but guess that wouldn't work so well. You would just fear me. I do need the respect as well. So tell you what, I'll do you all one favor, he said. Then you be my friends. Fear? As Shikamaru yawned, judging from that lazy expression, you're one of the Naras. Heard about you and your clan. You're quite lazy, said Naruto. How about this? As Naruto went through hand sign and held his hand out, a massive orb of ear started to spin and gather. As Naruto moved forward and placed it over Shikamaru, Shikamaru was taken aback by what he was doing. What are you? As Naruto dropped it. As Shikamaru sat there in the cool flourishing air. What is this? He said. A ear pocket, said Naruto. Wonderful, for sleeping outside. As Shikamaru was in the ear pocket, inside was just cool, comfort, and amazing. As he just lied there on the ground, looking up at the stars. And I'll do you one even better, said Naruto as he went through hand sign, as he formed a single hand sign in front of his face. The sky changed as Shikamaru watched. The sky changed into a fluffy giant cloud, and his entire body felt like it was riding that cloud. Shikamaru fell asleep instantly. What did you do to him? Said Choji. And you're fat, said Naruto. What did you just say? Said Choji. Well, you are fat, said Naruto. So I knew what to do there. As he formed his hand together, Shadow Clone Jutsu. Poof! A clone appeared. Kiba and the others blinked. You know what to do. The clone ran off. A minute or so later, the clone came back with a lot of chips. Choji's mouth started to water. Where, they're all yours, said Naruto. As Choji looked at the unopened bags, it was wonderful flavors, all of them. As Naruto poured them in his arms. As Choji looked at them with disbelieving eyes. As Naruto walked up to Shino. As he looked at Shino's glasses, Shino did not say anything, he just looked blank. Want to be my friend, said Naruto. Shino looked at him. I know how harsh people can be because you're a bit different from them, said Naruto. Not to mention, I like bugs. You're from the Aburame clan, right? I can hear your bugs. You can hear them, said Shino. Yeah, quite a sensitive hearing, said Naruto. One of these days we can go bug collecting and get a super awesome rare bug, said Naruto. Shino was happy to hear that, but his excitement didn't show that much after all. He was all covered up. I would like that, he said. As Naruto gave him a thumbs up, he then walked over to Kiba. I know exactly what to get to you. As Naruto then made his way off, he came back a moment later with a girl. She had short brown hair, as she was a girl in their class. This is him, darling, said Naruto. He's a very lovable guy. Not to mention he is a cute puppy, who you can also play with. His name is Kiba Inazaka. One of my good friends, said Naruto. The girl looked towards Kiba. She knew him, but she never really talked to him before. Kiba's face turned all red in embarrassment. What are you doing, said Kiba. Getting you a girl, said Naruto. And I mean she's real lovable. Not to mention she's cute as a button, said Naruto, as he poked her on the nose. As the girl blushed at that. Go on, work your charm, said Naruto. As he walked off, he brushed his hands. Now that was settled, as he looked over towards Uchiha, who simply turned away from him. Moments later, Aruka finally made himself be known, as the genjutsu that Naruto placed on Shikamaru was broken after Aruka came over and woke him up from his wonderful nap. Choji was finished with the bag of chips. Kiba was all red face, as he was once again acting all confidence. After all, he just got to talk to a girl. Most of the time, they didn't even pay him any attention, despite his charming looks. Alright, Aruka said, as Naruto now stood in front of the four boys. Shino being residing in the back, calm as ever. Shikamaru just looked tired, like he wanted to go back to sleep. Another teacher had came with Aruka. It seems like he went for that teacher. The man had blue hair. As Naruto looked at him, he stood there rather rigid. Mizuki-sensei will be helping me with your test today, he said, as he looked towards all of his students. As Mizuki had a clipboard in his hand. Alright then, he said. Let's get down to it, shall we? Sasuke got 10 out of 10, he was the best in class after all. Until Naruto's name was called, everyone below Sasuke got either 7, 6 or 5. No one got a perfect score, as everyone was silent to see what Naruto can do. After all, he put on a big claim so far. Let's see what he can do. As the shurikens were placed in his hand by Mizuki. So all you have to do is hit the post, said Naruto. Yes, Mizuki said. If it's too hard. No, you're mistaken me, said Naruto. I mean, that's too easy. I mean, which stupid dumbass would know how to hit a post with shurikens? I mean, if you spend 5 years of your life going to the academy and you can't hit all 10 targets, what's the point of being a ninja? You're probably gonna die in the field, right? As Naruto then turned. Oh, no offense, guys, he said. As he pulled his hand back. Naruto raised an eyebrow. You know that you can't, but Naruto threw all of them at once. To everyone's shock, the wood was obliterated. Haruka and Mizuki was taken aback, as the shurikens had shredded through the wood like it was nothing. Huh, guess I put too much in my swing, said Naruto, as he tested out his arm. As everyone was taken aback, the girls were shocked. Did that mean he beat Sasuke? Sasuke was fumed in anger, as Naruto simply smirked arrogantly. The Taijutsu match then came. They came and went as many people fought. The matches were really pathetic as Naruto watched them. Were these what they claimed to call ninjas? Haruka was the one that set this up. He was the one that placed Sasuke and Naruto together, because Naruto was being too arrogant and he wanted to knock him down a few notches. After all, Sasuke would do that. Their names were called. That's rather unfair, Haruka-sensei, said Sakura. Despite his bold claim, she was still on Sasuke's side. I mean, Sasuke is number 1. Yeah, some of the other girls said. This will be a waste of his time. Oh, I'm hurt, said Naruto. You girls really think that little of me. It's a shame I didn't start the academy with Sasuke. But it's about time I changed that perfect image you have of him. Sasuke is number 1 in the class, Naruto. So, you being all cocky is not gonna work for you here, said Mizuki. Huh, is that so, said Naruto. Well then, let's see what I can do. Sasuke's gonna lose, said Shikamaru. The group turned towards him. What? As Shikamaru saw what he saw, this guy was definitely not normal. You think so, said Choji. I know so. As Sasuke stepped in the ring with a rather arrogant smirk, as he stood in front of Naruto, prepare to lose, loser. Whoa! That insult was awesome. Sasuke blinked. I mean, did you create it on your own? Really awesome, said Naruto. Sasuke grit his teeth as the both of them separated. Begin, said Mizuki, as Haruka watched. As Sasuke started to move forward, seeing that Naruto wasn't coming at him. Hold on, said Naruto, as everyone turned towards him. Is, this a joke? I know I'm new and yet you can try to pull a prank on a new person, but is this a joke? What do you mean? Haruka said. Why is he so slow? Everyone is taken aback. Sasuke is not slow, the girls defend. This is his normal speed, said Naruto. Mother of God. This is Konoha Academy. Huh. You guys wouldn't last a second in Kiri Academy. In fact, all of you would be dead, said Naruto. Well then, let's begin once again. Sasuke was now pissed off. The humiliations had to stop as he moved forward, as he ran straight up to Naruto. The moment he was close enough, he swung a right hook towards Naruto's face. BAM! Naruto's fist lashed out and slammed into Sasuke's face. He was thrown. Everyone watched as Sasuke was thrown away, as he crashed into a nearby tree and fell unconscious. As Naruto looked towards his fist. Huh. Worse than pathetic, he said. Everyone was speechless. Did he really just do that to Sasuke? No one could find the words on what to say. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next person to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.